Hi friends, welcome. We often use calendars to pick up a date, and based on that date we'll pick up the records from a database. Say we selected 10th of this month, so what are the cells in the this 10th of this month, we get it. Even we can pick up a range of date by giving a start date and a end date in two calendars. So between that, these two range of dates, what are the records we have. So this way we can use a calendar and in a Colab platform to get a query, and that query we will use to get the records. Now we will be using ipwidgets for that, the basic of which you have already discussed previously. So we will continue further and learn how we will use these calendars in our date queries. Visit this URL, this is there in the description below. Read all the content here, everything is explained here, and the source codes also you will get it. When you scroll down at the end, you will get the link here to GitHub page. On click, you will land here on the GitHub page where you can, the Jupyter Notebook, you can download it from here, or click this open in Colab. You will reach this, and before that you must log into your Google account. So the entire Colab or the Jupyter Notebook is available here to run in your account. To work with date and time queries, we need a fresh data always. Say we download a database today and it contains last 10 days data. So after 2 days if you see, or after 10 days if you run the queries, we may not get any records. So that is why we will always try to take a fresh data. To download a fresh set of data with having our date field, so what you will do is we will run this first cell. Note that this particular page will return us a fresh considering today as the start date or reference date. Now this data will storing it as, here it is dttable.csv file, though it returns the data in the CSV format only. Let's run this and see. Okay, run anyway. Now this data, once it is available, it will be here. You can see dttable.csv file has come here. Now this CSV file will convert it into a database. Other tables, sample tables also you can collect it. Now let me just convert this CSV data to a Pandas DataFrame and display the first 5 rows for our study how the data is. Here it is, the first 5 rows, because the df.add that will display that. Before that, I am just reading this CSV file by using read_CSV function and creating the data frame. Now let's just understand what is a simple IPython or a calendar widget is. So or we call it DatePicker also. So let's run this. In this you can see ipwidget, we are importing widgets, and display also because you need to display it, and the DatePicker. So let's just run this. Here we will see a date picker is here. Now I will click this, I will pick up any date, it will show me the by default the current date. Once I select a date, the same date is displayed here. This particular date, whatever is displayed, I will capture it and use it in my query. In the next step, I am creating a SQLite database. Now we have already have the data frame, so that we are using to create the database. So for that I am using SQLite. This library is by default available in the Colab platform. I need not have to install it. Now I am giving a table name. If it is there, it will be overwritten, or it will be created if it is not there. Now you see I am just connecting it. Very simple, one line code, SQLite 3 connect MyDB, because this library takes care of this. Then the data frame which I have created above, here it is the data frame, whatever, here it is at line number 2, you can see the data frame is created using the CSV file. So that particular one I am using it here by using 2SQL. I am creating the database. Now what is that table name is, I have given the DT table, this table name, my connection just above line number 7, I have connected it. And what happens if it is there already, what will happen? Overwrite it, or you can append also you can do, but in this case we'll, because every time we are getting a fresh database, so we'll replace it. Now let's run this, and meanwhile once it runs it, you can just cross check it. Here it is, my_db database is created. Now this is here, this line creates that, and here I am having the database, having within the database the table DT table is there. For testing, I can just run this cell and display the records. Here I have put a limit of 5 records, or I can remove this limit, means all the records will be displayed. So let's just run this and see. Yeah, you can see here, this is the 5 records I am displaying by just connecting, testing that I have the data or not, because before going for the applying to the date picker to this. Here is one more test. Here what I am doing is, without using the DatePicker, I am just asking the database, give me what is the record available for today. So here you see the now date now function is used. So this picks up the current date or what is the date today. So and matching to that it picks up the record. So here you can see select all the records for the date today. So here it is, one record has returned. That means I have my current record. Now I will go ahead and integrate my DatePicker widget with this and based on the selection. But here you can see I am just importing all the widgets once again. It's available. These are the importing the libraries only and creating the path. So here why I have given it separately. The reason is, say you are using it in your local system, you can change the path here. Here we have written a single function by calling it, which once a date is selected by the DatePicker. So then we will call this function and get the record. So entire code to pull the data from the SQLite database is written here. Once again, inside this function we are connecting it, then select all records from date where date. This is a parameterized query. Now that will be taking as date string, we are applying it here, because date string we are receiving this function, receive this parameter here and apply it to the query. So a single record matching to this particular date as input will get the records. Now if there is some error and all, the no records found or the date is not there, this is to display. So a if else condition, and if you have any database error, that is why we are using a try and except code block, and finally we are closing the database. You have something else also to find out and all, then you can keep the connection open. Now below that we are having just displaying the date widget. Now let's run this, we will see that yes. So now let me just select this. Say I am selecting 14th as the date. So now what will happen once, okay, I have to first run this one. Sorry, because it must, Colab must register this, then I should come here, run it again. Now I have the below you can see here the DatePicker is there. Now let me pick up a date 6th, suppose I pick up. Now records for the date 06, 11 months and the 6th date, this is the record we are having. Now let me just go and pick up another date, say 18th. Now here it is the record for 18th. Now below that you can just see that range of dates. Suppose you want 2 DatePickers we are using here to make it, keep it simple. Now I am registering the function here, inside the function same concept, but here you can see the query is different. This is the difference. Date between one start date and the end date. So start date, end date, these two are taken as inputs. So below that I will be using 2 date widgets. Here it is running. This it shows me start date and end date. So I will pick up 11th as my start date. Now let me just go to 13th is my end date. The query record button, once I click it, I get all the records from 11, 12, 13, whatever records are there, I am getting it. I can change the range of dates and get the matching records. Note that this you can further extend it by say last month or 1 week. That query also we can give input, say last 10 days, last 30 days, last 1 year, this year, current year, future, all those date queries we can also develop. That's all friends. Hope you have a good learning experience, and we'll continue further by using other widgets inside our Colab platform. And if you have doubt, ideas, suggestion, questions for us, please use the comment section below to post it. And my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add tutorial, and we are frequently adding that also. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.